Yo guys, what's going on? So I'm just here doing another episode of the beginner series for training and nutrition. Today I'm going to focus on the macronutrient split of a diet. First off, low carb, high fat, high carb, low fat. It's no good me telling you one thing or another is more optimal, because the most optimal diet strategy is the strategy that you can adhere to the best. So it's no good me saying, yeah, to get shredded you need high fat low carb, but you last a week then you go off plan. Because what's that going to do? That's not going to get results. To get results, you need to adhere to the plan over a long, consistent time period. 8, 12, 16 weeks. Which is where IFYM probably comes in, because it's more of a lifestyle, whereas the bro sort of diet, you can only sort of, I get bored of eating the same stuff over and over again. Imagine eating chicken, rice, sweet potato, every meal for years. It would just get boring. So, bearing that in mind, you've got the three macronutrients, so protein, carbs, fat. Protein is widely debated on the amount you should have per pound or per kilo of body weight. So for me, I normally try and stick to between 1 to 2 grams per pound. I normally try and get at least a pound of sort of good sources of protein. So by that I mean your chicken, your mince, your steak, your salmon, your whey, your eggs. Because you have to remember this, guys, as well. Things like oats, bread, pasta all have varying amounts of protein, which can soon add up to at least half a gram per pound of your body weight. Off the top of my head, I know my protein's 230 grams, and I weigh 140 pounds, so you're talking about 1.6 grams per pound. However, if you include the good sources that I have, you're probably talking about 1 gram per pound. Anyway, guys, that sort of level, that's the sort of a range. It's up to you. You can play around with that. Protein, I do find, is pretty satiating, so it does curb hunger. Even if you're in a surplus, if you're trying to gain but still control that surplus, upping your protein is a good way to curb hunger. Obviously, you'll be able to tell if it gets too high, you'll start feeling full, you'll not be able to digest it all. One other aspect of having too high protein, it costs a fucking bomb. I mean, if you compare spending money on chicken, steak, compared to rice or oats, you sort of get the picture. It's a lot cheaper. Carb sources are a lot cheaper. So, you've got going back to the last episode I've done, you've now got your calories, you've now got your protein grams, so times that by 4, so that's your calories you're getting from protein. So then you've got the difference. Going back to what I said before, so the difference is split between carbs and fats. As I've said, it's what you can adhere to. It's not going to be talking about, you have got to think about insulin sensitivity. It is argued that very high amount of fat turns into stored fat. But that's in the very, very extremes. As long as, low fat, I'd say 20 to 30% of that. The very, very least being fat. less being carbs. I wouldn't go over 80% carbs, and going up to the higher scales of fat, 40 to 45%. I mean, you could go keto, but for me as well, I have to think about health. And it is argued that very high amount of fat can be detrimental to the heart, etc., stroke, when people go on about saturated fats. And likewise with carbs. So if you are conscious of your health, you have also got to think about sugars, etc. So for me, I do go low fat, high carb. I know so at the minute my proteins are 230, my carbs are 402, and my fats are 50 grams. So my fats are 30. My fat's about 17% of my total diet, but if you take off protein, it's probably 30%, something like that. So that's just how I do my diet. But I mean, for me, the main reason why I chose high carb, low fat, I looked at my food sources for carbs. So rice, sweet potato, bagels, jam, oats, cereal. Then fats, you've got your meats, you've got your red meats, you've got your fish, salmon. But then there's a lot of like nuts, avocado, seeds, nut butters, and a lot of that I personally don't like. So for me, I have more food to play with in the carb section. But if you're someone who can't go a day without, say, bacon, cheese, like what I said before, nut butters, nuts, then maybe have your fats higher. At the end of the day, I'll keep banging on about this till the end of the world. It's what you can adhere to the most. So I hope you've found this a little bit useful, with a little bit of insight into the macronutrients. I will possibly go into the debate of IFYM versus bro diet. A little bit of feedback might be good for this, guys. Just in the comment section, sort of what you'd like me to go on about in the future. I might post some polls on my Instagram as well to get some input from you. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.